I'm going to be answering some of your guys' questions because I've noticed lately that I've gotten a decent amount of questions on my channel in the comment section. So I'm just going to go read some of those off and answer them randomly. So I know somebody commented on, what video is this? Preparing for your first horse, what you should actually know. So somebody commented on this video. You said that people making these videos are 12 years old. So how old are you? 15? And I replied and said I was 17. And I think like this person kind of got like this irritated vibe because I said that 12-year-olds are making these videos when you should watch videos of this type from more experienced people. And even though I was only 15, I had owned my horses for like, how long have I owned my horses? Like at least 10 years. Maybe more than that. Maybe 11 years now. But like, when I made that video, I said in it like, something like you shouldn't watch these videos from 12-year-old girls who have leased a horse for like a year or something. Something like that. And I still stand to that. I don't think you should really like take that type of advice from people who like are still new to owning horses themselves or even leasing horses. I don't know why sometimes like YouTube doesn't show me your guys' comments. I don't know what the deal is, but I've noticed lately that some of you guys have commented and don't delete your comments, but I can't see them anywhere. Like they're not in my note. They like, I get the notification that this person commented. I'll click on it or tap on it and then it'll take me to the video, but I can't see the comment anywhere. Like it didn't show up in the comment section. So that's like really annoying. So if I ever like don't respond to your guys' comments, if you're asking me questions or stuff, sometimes I don't see them. So it's not that I'm like trying to ignore you. Somebody left a comment that said on my Bratayley's video, the first one, show less cleavage. There's perverts on the internet. Honestly, honey, if these perverts were really worried about cleavage and seeing girls' boobs, they would be watching Trisha Paytas, not me. There are some of you guys that also have commented saying that you would like to buy a mystery box. And I'm down with that. If you want to buy one, just like let me know so I can put one together for you and then I'll send it to you because obviously it's going to be, I want to personalize it to you, obviously. So if you tell me you want one, I'll probably message you so we can, I can figure out like English or Western or, if you're a guy, girl. I think it'd be cool if it was more customizable, but like I'd totally be down for making one. They would probably be somewhere between like $20 to $30 plus shipping. Obviously, shipping outside of the US is going to be crazy. I mean, if you want to pay that much, that's okay, I guess we can do that. But like, it'd probably be best if you were in the US so that shipping doesn't go over like $20. I'm thinking about putting my horse in at night because there are a lot of mean and crazy dogs in my neighborhood and I don't know what to do. Okay, I've dealt with dogs before and people's dogs can be so annoying. Like, there's been times where I just want to ride up and down the road and I can't even do that because people will let their dogs out or people will have their dogs out and their dogs will come up and chase you or like obviously you don't want to go near them. And that can be so annoying, so I feel you, but if these dogs aren't bothering the horses, if they aren't going near the horses, I wouldn't worry about it that much. There are a lot of dogs that are very protective and they get feisty around horses when they see them, but a lot of dogs, when a horse actually comes up to them, they will not bite them because horses are so much bigger. So if they're not going near your horses, if they're just barking or growling at them, I wouldn't be that worried. Especially if your horse will chase after them, because that's what mine would do. But, if you feel like these dogs are being like an actual threat to your horses and could seriously injure them, or if the dogs are getting closer and closer, first of all, I would probably consult the dog's owners I mean, unless it's like several different owners, but like if it's one person that owns the dogs, because I know our old neighbors used to have Weimaraners, and they would come over on our property all the time, and we had to like call the police on our neighbors before because we'd asked them so many times to keep their dogs off our property and they wouldn't. So I would try that first, but you could put your horse in at night if you really think that that's not going to work and these dogs are going to attack your horses or something. But I always try and find another alternative before I just put them in at night. Okay, this girl commented on my responding to comments from a while ago. Horses do shed frogs while their frogs grow and get to the point where they need trim sometimes. And they occasionally need trimmed off. I see no problem with trimming a horse's frog. I do it to my horse whenever they start peeling off their own, and then I will trim the rest of that layer off. It doesn't hurt them. Although if you cut too deep, then clearly, yes, you can hurt them. Literally, like one of the first people to comment on my videos not freaking out that I trim my horse's frog, which I don't on the regular, just when I trim their feet. In my hoof trimming video, I like clipped off a little bit of the frog in Sugar's hoof, and everyone like freaked the fuck out. And there's like very seldom people that actually agree. So thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, okay. This comment I wanted to address because I feel like this is kind of an important thing to clarify, but I didn't think I'd ever have to. Somebody commented on my video about why I don't feed grain, and they said, "This is so helpful. In a few days, I will be a first-time horse owner and need info. Lots of info. I don't feed my dogs grain, so it makes sense to not offer grain to my horse. I don't eat grains myself anymore, and I feel so much better without the sugar rushes." But I replied to this because I was kind of like, I said, "I'm glad you enjoyed, although equine grain and natural grains are different. The processed pelleted grain is not always actual grains, such as we eat. I feed my horses natural real grains, such as oats. I do not feed them equine commercial feed grain, which is supplements and proteins cooked down and smashed together. They are two different things." I hope that helps. Because I was kind of like confused because she's thinking of grain, all grain being the same thing, but the word grain has two different definitions. Grains as in being like whole grains, like oats and wheat and barley and like flour and that type of stuff. And then there's grain, which is commercial feed that we feed our animals, which they are two completely different things. So I don't want her to think that she shouldn't feed her horses any type of grains at all, because I feed my horses oats. I don't care if they get flaxseed or like stuff like that. I just don't want to feed them commercial feed, which is called grain. That's cooked down supplements and additives and all that kind of junk, because two different grains. So I don't want her to be confused and think that horses shouldn't have any type of grain at all, because I don't give them commercial feed, but I do give them grains, if you know what I mean. I hope that's not confusing. First of all, with the video of that horse, you don't know the story behind it. So to call the owner names is not called for. Are people that dumb? Seriously? Do you honestly think that the owners are actually thinking about spray painting their horses? Not all do in a situation like that as they panic. Rescues are out there helping round up dogs. People are out there helping round up horses. That was on my Horses Left for Dead video. This person seems to not like my videos ever, but like when I said in my video, "Are people that dumb?" because I remember saying that. First of all, I wasn't referencing "Are people that dumb to not spray paint their horses?" I was referencing to "Are people that dumb to keep their horses locked away in a flood?" So no, I don't think that people actually think about spray painting their horses. I wasn't calling them dumb for not doing that. I was calling them dumb for leaving their horse locked up in a pen with floodwaters like up to here. And I don't know the story behind it, but to me, it doesn't matter. what their story is. Regardless, they left their horse locked up to die in flooded waters. Whereas if they could have called their neighbor and said, hey, can you let my horse out? They could have asked a friend with a trailer, hey, can you go pick up my horse? They could, if they left and fled the scene, they could have unlocked their horse's gate. So, no, I don't know the story behind it, but either way, I know that they were too arrogant and too thoughtless to think about their horse's life and suffering, so it is what it is. What's wrong with babying a wound? It almost sounds like we should let wounds go untreated. And if we treat the wounds, like put ointment on them, we're automatically babying our horse. Also, nobody likes to have their horse with cuts all over them. This makes zero sense. So that was obviously on my Stop Babying Your Horses video. And in that video, I never said that if your horse has a bad wound, you should just let it go untreated. My point in that video was that the wound that that horse had was super minor, and the owner made it to be like a really big deal, which I didn't think it was a big deal at all. It was like a minor scrape with, it looked like a little bruising, a little bit of swelling maybe, but like she made it a really big deal, and like he needed to be on stall rest and get wrapped and all this stuff just for like this little wound. I'm not saying like don't treat your horse's wounds, but like if it's something so small and dumb, like there's no point in making a big deal out of it and putting your horse in a stall just because they have like some little cut or something. That's stupid. And this video makes zero sense. Also, nobody likes their horse to have cuts all over them. Horses are horses. Horses get cuts. Horses get scraped. They get bitten by each other. No, we don't like to have cuts on them, but it's pretty much inevitable when you own horses. Like, you're gonna have to expect that. Horses will be horses. Humans get cuts and scrapes on us all the time too. So like, I'm not trying to come off like snotty or anything. That's just my response to that. Alright, so that's all the comments I'm gonna answer today and questions in my comments. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Oh, also, I want to show you guys these calendars that I made, because I don't know if you remember a couple of videos ago I mentioned that somebody wanted me to make like MT Horses calendars or whatever. So I conjured up one, and I want to know what you guys think. If you like it, you can buy one or something. I don't care. Okay, so these are just like little desk calendars. I didn't get like big ones, but they look like this. Just like that. And yeah, so like they just flip up like this. And I put like a whole bunch of just pictures of like my horses and shit. Super cute. And yeah, I think they're cool. I like it. I was thinking if no one wanted one, I was just going to keep it for myself. But like, yeah. So I'll have these available if you want one. And that's all for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know what else you guys want to see down below. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.